I put a ring on it.
He did, literally. In the ring I wanted.
Yeah.
And I still can't believe it.
Pricey.
Did you really?
Pricey.
Hey, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Brandon. And welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Can We Get a Minute? I just want to apologize ahead of time. We have a little animal running around here. His name is Diego
Cortez Turner.
He's the one that we spoke about in season 1. He's our special guest. Diego.
You might see him coming up. Why are you going to call him? Hey,
this is our special guest, Diego.
And he knows how to do all types of tricks. Right, baby? Look. Diego, look. Sit. Can you paw?
Show us one more trick.
One more?
One more
Diego.
different trick.
Diego, sit. Look, you listen so well. Give me paw.
Different, I said.
Give me a kiss.
Child, that's all he got.
Smartest dog in the world,
That's all she got in her arsenal, y'all.
Go lay down. Be working.
So,
hey, y'all.
Yeah, hey, how's everybody doing?
How you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
You doing good?
Oh, yeah.
You hanging in there?
Oh, yeah.
For the people that are watching the video right now on YouTube, does anything look different with us? Or maybe with me? There's a ring on my head.
Oh, snap. Yes. Yes, there is, y'all. I decided to pull the trigger and invest in my future and ask my beautiful, lovely, magnificent girlfriend.
At the time. Oh.
Fiance. I call her Fancy. She's my fancy fiance. I asked her to marry me, y'all. I put a ring on it.
He did, literally. In the ring I wanted.
Yeah.
And I still can't believe it.
Pricey.
Did you really?
Pricey.
Yeah, and he lets the world know that.
Because it was pricey.
But Albie's birthday, right?
Yeah, child, you know you worth it, girl.
Oh.
Girl, you know you my queen, girl.
But yeah, y'all, we did it. I am no longer a girlfriend.
Yeah, she is a fiance.
God is good. You are an answered prayer.
Thank you. You are too, darling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Child, turn the camera off.
Not yet.
Shut up.
Tell the people how you did it. I was surprised it was on July 18th.
I was going to say, yeah, let's start with the date. So it was July 18th. So let me break exactly down what happened, right? So that weekend, I told Brittany that I had a wedding.
Like 2 weeks prior, I knew you had a wedding. That weekend.
Weeks prior.
Yeah.
I told her I had a wedding. I was like, yeah, I got this wedding. And her mom had reached out to her. And because, all right, let me backtrack. Because her parents are still married 42 years? 41 years. And their 41st anniversary was July 12th, right? Mm-hmm. So she told, her mom called her and said, we're going to celebrate our anniversary that weekend at a boat restaurant called the Mooshaloo, right?
In Philadelphia, PA.
In Philadelphia, PA, yeah. Her parents are located in Delaware. So she said, her mom said, you know, I really want you to be here, so buy a ticket, come up. Mm-hmm. So Brittany said, okay. And she didn't tell me at first, which, by the way, every time I have a trip,
why are you lying to the people?
You didn't tell me at first.
But when my mom called me, I was at Greg's unit, cleaning his unit, remember?
Yeah.
And when we hung up, 2 minutes later, you called me. And that's when I told you.
You didn't, I had to kind of pull it out of you. You didn't tell me.
Boo.
First of all, you didn't call me. I called you. That's
I just said that. You called me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
2 minutes after me, my mom hung the phone up.
Yeah, I asked you what you were doing and all that stuff. You're like, oh, I'm doing this. I was just talking to my mom. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I said, what did y'all talk about? Which was me trying to pry it out of you because I never asked you what you and your mom talk about. You know why? Because I don't care. But I asked you, I said, oh, so what did y'all talk about? Because I was waiting for your mom to drop it on you. And you were like, oh, we talked about this, a little bit of that. Da, da, da.
But I told you within 3 minutes of the phone call.
And then it was like a pause, and then you were like,
all these men do is lie, y'all.
Oh, yeah. They told me to come up. They want to celebrate their anniversary at the thing. That's what you said. And then you never even said, hey, can you come with me? I had to say, oh, wow, when was you going to tell me this? When was you going to tell? Were you going to invite me?
It was a family thing. What do you mean?
Wow. But
that's what my mom said. And she said, will Brandon care if he's not invited? I said, no, girl, he just came back from Hawaii with his family.
Okay, but what I'm saying is whenever I have a family function, whenever I have work in another place, every time the company I work for, every time my family hits me up and goes, hey, we want you to come over here, whether it be Florida, whether it be Jersey, Delaware, New York, wherever, I'm always like, darling, I'm going here. You want to come? Yes or no?
Yes.
So did you reciprocate that?
Boo. Why would I invite you to somewhere that it wasn't that type of thing?
Not invite me to the thing, but invite me to come up north with you is what I'm saying.
Oh. Well, first of all, I'm cleaning and it's 8 o'clock at night. I'm trying to get out the unit, number one. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? You didn't even allow me an opportunity to get all the details out.
Anyway, so her mom told her to come up for their anniversary celebration at the Mushalu. And when I eventually pried that information out of her, she was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I do have a boyfriend. You want to come? And then I said, when is it?
I did not say that. Period.
And then she said, oh, it's on the 18th. And then I said, can't do it. I got a wedding. And then she said, yes.
Can you tell the story how it happens, please?
That's how it happened.
I just wanted to know.
Anyway, so she thought I had a wedding. And so she flew out Saturday morning, red-eye flight, bright and early in the morning. I took her to the airport. Oh, and that's another thing. So the whole week leading up to it, she's like, can you help me with my business? Can you just help and just drop this off over here and do this over here? Can you help? I'm going to have my cleaners out there, but I just need you to do a few other things. And I was like...
He dragged his feet, y'all. First of all, a few days before that, we had an in-depth convo, which we've had many of them before, about our businesses, helping one another with our businesses, yada, yada. So literally a week later, when the whole thing happens, I'm like, oh, well, I really need you to take some supplies over to a unit. And you're like, no, I can't. And I'm like, what?
But now you know the reason why.
Now I know the reason why.
So,
hey, co-host.
Yeah, he can.
All he like is men, y'all.
So.
He do. He used to call him a gay dog. They do, because he always just hang around men.
I don't be telling the public that.
But they got a gay dog?
Don't put that on him.
Are they going to cancel us?
Nah, they about to cancel me for what I'm about to say, though.
Stop.
He breathed into the mic. Okay, that's enough. All right. You spoke.
Sit
you
down,
spoke. Get
Duty.
down. Get down. All right.
You spoke. Go lay down, Duty. Go ahead.
So where was I at?
About helping with the workers, and that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. So she asked me to help her, so I was like, okay, I'll help you, but I need to know this stuff, right? Because in my head, I'm like, I need to get someone else to do what she's given me to do because I'm not going to be here. So she dragged her feet.
I did.
All week, I was like, so what do I have to do with? I'll tell you last minute. She is such a last minute person. She's such like when she does my hair a lot. She braids my hair. And she's like,
I do your hair tonight.
When do you want me?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. When do you want me to braid your hair? And I'm like, oh, well, I got a wedding on Saturday, so can you braid it Friday? And you're like, and she goes, well, what time is your wedding on Saturday? Oh, I have to be there at 1. I'll braid at 11:30. That's what she does all the time. It makes it. She just waits till the last second to do things. So I'm like, no, I want to know right away. And you're like, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to run around the corner. I can tell you whenever. I don't even know for sure right now. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my god.
You were looking back. We actually didn't talk about that. First of all, number one, you were bugging me a lot about that.
Yeah, a whole lot.
And then number two, that really wasn't too much of a problem though.
Yeah.
Because back early on when you were like really helping me with the business, you always wanted to know all your information up front. So that really wasn't like, you know what I mean, like a huge red flag kind of. Just the fact that it was like really, really annoying.
Yeah.
But you were like always about like, can you tell me ahead of time so I know what I'm doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like to be in the know.
Right. It was just like a little bit more frequent that week. But go ahead.
Yeah. So because I was literally texting the person I got to help me.
Yeah.
And the person I was helping, she was like, what do I need to do? And I'm like, I don't know yet. Just wait till last second, I guess. So anyway, so Saturday came, and she already put some of the supplies that she wanted me to drop off at one of her units in my trunk. It was in my trunk, but I completely forgot about the laundry. So
till that morning.
So I had the stuff in the trunk, completely forgot about the laundry, and then I pull up to pick her up at the airport at 4 a.m. Mind you,
you were so tired too.
My flight was 10:30. I was gonna get a closer flight so I could just stay at the airport, but then I was like, I don't want to have a chance of running into you at all. So I was like, I'm just gonna.
You really
do a
think that
flight.
You may have done that?
Maybe in Philly.
Oh.
That's what you gotta think about.
Wow.
Like if you, I don't know, if you were waiting or late and I pull and you're like, what are you doing here? I just didn't want any kind of opportunity that could happen.
Wow.
So her flight was at 6 a.m. My flight was at 10:30. So it's like an hour and a half to get there. So by the time she landed and got away, my flight would be taking off. So it worked out good. But anyway, I saw the laundry and then I said, what am I going to do? So I went and dropped her off at the airport, drove back home, right? Ate some breakfast, showered, got ready, all that. Yeah, laid down for a second. Mm-hmm. Showered, got ready, all that stuff. And then I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I said, you know what? I'm going to have to leave my car unlocked. So I parked my car
in the middle of Atlanta in a parking garage.
I know, in a parking garage where we live. Parked my car at the bottom deck, unlocked, y'all. Took a Uber to the airport. So then, the whole plan was, I was in cahoots with her mother, and the whole plan was for her to get dressed. Then her mom say, oh, that's right, I forgot about your mom thing. So Brittany's mother is a caterer as her side hustle. She's a very, very, very good cook. And she had told Brittany that she had a catering job that the lady that hired her was going to come pick up Sunday morning, she said, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she asked
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon. That's right.
Yeah, because we were leaving at 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sunday afternoon. So that was the excuse for all the cooking she was doing for all the people that was going to be there for the engagement.
And the reason why I had to get dressed up.
And, the reason why you had to get dressed up was for the Mushalu thing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All that. Yeah.
So, it was like 3:30. Around 3:30 came around.
Yeah. About 3. Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah. Around 3:30 came around, and her mom.
No, 3 o'clock. Because I had to be back by 3:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So around 3 o'clock came around, and her mom said, "Oh, I need you to run to Walmart to pick me up some cake." What did she say? Cake thing?
A cake pan.
A cake pan or whatever. So the whole time her mom said that, my family and I was parked around the corner.
Well, pause it.
What?
So I'm in the house, and my mom is like,
"Oh yeah, go ahead."
My mom is like, "Hey, I really need you to run in the store to go get the cake pan or whatever." And I'm like, all right, let me just hurry up and, throw some on. She goes, no, like, I need you to put your outfit on. That way, when you come back, like, we got to go. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. I throw my, like, my little flip-flops on. And she goes, Brittany, no, like, just put your, you got to put your heels on. I'm like, I got to put heels on to go to Walmart? And as you said that, I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, like, it looks cute.
Child, you would have been tight if you would have came back with some flippers on.
Tight. I'd have said, girl, you should have tried harder for me to get in them heels.
And she would have said, girl, you should have listened.
Right. And so I had to do that. And then I was just, anybody know me, y'all, I like to take my time. And I'm just putting on lotion. And I'm like, and then my mom's whole voice changed. She's like, Brittany, I really need you to go right now. And I was like, all right, I'll go right now. Like, something's weird. Something's in the water, y'all.
You felt that for real when she said that?
I just, all day I just felt like just little weird things. I'm like, something's weird. My dad's cleaning the house, like, in depth. I'm like, he's still cleaning. I'm like, she's, just saying weird stuff. Oh, and then my grandmom texted me at 1 o'clock. I know. My grandma texted me at 1 o'clock and was like, I bet you're smiling from here to Atlanta. And I'm like, okay. I actually didn't respond. I'm just like, something a little off. But then I knew, like, even though parts of me felt like it may have happened, but then the one thing that kept me denying that was the fact that every time I hit your phone, it said delivered. So I'm if he was on an airplane, like, I would have known that, like, no, you know what I mean? So yeah, but y'all. So I had to hurry up and leave by 3 o'clock, and then she told me to be back by 3:30. So then I left to Walmart and then go.
Yeah. So when she left, my family and I was parked. Her parents live at the end of a cul-de-sac, so we were parked on the outside of the cul-de-sac, around like the first little block. And my other family wasn't there yet. It was just I rode with my two sisters, and then my parents were in my dad's car behind us. And when she was coming out, I was like, "That's her, duck!" And we all ducked, and we saw you just drive by so leisurely.
Did you see me though?
Yeah, I physically saw you.
Really?
Yeah. Child, had my eye on you, girl.
Oh.
I saw her pull off all leisurely or whatever, right? And then, I pulled straight up to the house. And when I pulled up to the house.
So as soon as I left, y'all just took off for it?
Yeah, as soon as you left, we went for it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's funny because my sisters were like, this white guy in a truck, like in a car, in a BMW, like pulled up next to us and then pulled up in front of us. And then my sister's like, "Who's that guy?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Is he part of like her family?" I was like, "I don't think so. That looks like a white dude. Like, nah."
Yeah, Ray.
And then
hey, Ray.
Yeah. and then we all go in, and then everyone parks, and he parks next to us. Your dad told us your dad told us to park on the front grass part first. And he pulled up next to us, and then my sister was like, "I thought you said he wasn't part of us. I thought you said he wasn't part of the thing." I'm like, "I don't know this guy. I've never seen this guy before in my life. He must be part of Britney. I don't know. I didn't even heard of this.
Why are they so concerned about him though? I still don't get that part.
I think I don't know. I think it's because they were like, why? It was weird that he parked in front of us.
Oh, okay.
Because we were the only cars there, and then he came park all that space.
Oh, okay.
He came park right in front of us. And I think they were just like, "Who is this guy?" And I was just like, "I don't know." And then when he pulled next to us, he was obviously a part of the group. And they were like, "I thought you said he wasn't part." I was like, "I don't know him." I was just mad because I'm like, I told you I don't know him.
Yeah.
So let's move on. I had so much in my head. I was like, I want to call you to see exactly where you were at. It was awkward. Our families meeting for the first time, so I wanted to be cordial and introduce everybody, but I didn't have time. I wanted to set up cameras and stuff. I wanted to make sure I had everything. People kept asking me questions, so I'm like setting up, answering questions, setting up, answering questions. Then I was like, I need my sweat rag because I'm running, I'm running around like crazy. I'm sweating like crazy. I'm wiping my face. And then I was like, I got to get Britney on the phone because I have to make sure I know where she's at. Because if she turns around or something, go, "Oh, child, left my sock." And then she turn around, she would be like, "What y'all doing here?" And then I would have just had to drop to one knee.
Right.
And then I was pissed because my other family wasn't there yet. My aunts and stuff. I'm like, they were right behind us.
Really?
In the car, like, where are they at? Anyway, so I got in. I set everything up. I talked to your mom, talked to everybody, told them where it was going to be at, stuff like that. Everything was all set up. People was all in position. And then that's when I was talking to you on and off. And y'all, I was finessing her, y'all. I was like, yeah, I'm at this wedding. It's crazy. I gave you details about the wedding. I just all off the top of the dome. Right, Bill?
Y'all, first of all, a couple weeks prior to that, you were saying that they ordered more time for the wedding, which is another thing. Because I'm like, every little thing, I'm like, it might happen today. But then I'm like, no, that wedding, like, when would he find time to go to the airport? What? Y'all, he did really, really, really good. And then, so he texted me earlier, said that like the wedding was like really wild or whatever. Hey, co-host. And then what happened? And so, but then you called me, which was normal. Like if you're having like a really wild day, you might call like at least once or whatever. Yeah. But then he hung up and said everybody was like going back. And then into the wedding, and then you called back a couple minutes later. When you called back the second time, I was like, he calling back because you don't normally do that. You know what I mean? And so it was just really weird, y'all. But not gonna lie, on my way back from Walmart, I just started feeling like, I don't know, like something might happen. So I just prayed. I'm like, Lord, I think this is about to happen. I just thank the Lord if it did. And I said, if it didn't happen, then I'm gonna have a good time on this boat with my family. I did.
So you did figure something. Because I asked
told you. Well, I mean, I it was just, but I wasn't 100% sure though.
Yeah.
It was just little things that was just weird. You know what I mean? Like it was just like it could be, but then I'm like, every time I hit his phone on Saturday, it said delivered. You know what I mean? I talked to you that night, Saturday, you know, the actual night before.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed off. Like, I don't know. It was just,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it ain't happening this weekend. You know what I mean? So I kept going back and forth with it. But yeah, but go ahead.
So yeah, so everything was in position and stuff. I was talking to her on the phone, trying to see where she was at. And I was like, y'all gonna be late or whatever? I was like, oh, y'all always late? I was like,
you did.
Where are you at? That's why I was like, where are you at? Are you close? Because y'all gonna be late. Yeah, I'm close. No, you're not. You're not close. You be saying you close. You're not close. Yes, I am. I'm in a development. And then I was like, she's in a development. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, you be finessing like a mug.
Yep.
I'd be like, you be finessing like a mug. Like, what? You're not close. You be saying you close, but you don't be close. I'm actually in the development. And I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Oh.
And then, so then we saw her pull up, and you know, her mom came out, and her mom pretended like she had lost the dog, right? Like she had lost Diego. She was like, "Where's Diego?" And I was laughing so hard because when your mom was outside in the front yard when you pulled up, and she was like, "Where's Diego? Where's Diego? We lost him or whatever." Your aunt had came out the back with Diego holding him, and she was like, "This is so nice. This is just so nice." Like as your mom was like, "Where's Diego?" And I could see your mom running like, "Where is he at?" She's just like, gassed, right? So then she comes, she sees me. The only thing she was saying, y'all, was, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God." And so we've been talking about proposal stuff for a very long time, right? And the whole time we've been talking about it, she's like, "I just don't get why people cry. Like, why do people cry? I'm not going to cry. Why do people cry?" And I'm like, "You're going to cry."
Why do people cry? Why do people say, "Are you serious?" Why do people do all these? Why are they interrupting all these things? And I'm like, I'm gonna let you talk. I ain't gonna cry. But it's so funny how in life we really think we're gonna act a certain way, and you don't. I know I did not. I was just like, and then as I'm walking down towards you, I'm like, "You're supposed to be in Atlanta." Like, what?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I said, "Boo, I love you." Oh my God.
And then I was squealing because I was smiling so hard, and then I'm like, "Oh my!" I'm like in shock, and I'm like, and then remember when you was like, "I love you," and I was like, "I love you too."
Yeah. So I was playing our song. What's the song? What's that song called? Is it Kenny Lattimore?
Kenny Lattimore.
Yeah, that Kenny Lattimore song.
His most popular song.
Yeah. I was playing that, and she didn't even hear it, but
barely.
She started to cry.
Did I really cry? Did you see me cry?
Yeah.
Y'all, if it wasn't for the video, I would have not have known or remembered anything that took place. Once the whole thing ended, and we walked back in the house, all I remember him saying is, "I love you." I don't remember him getting down on one knee. I was so like, wow.
You freaking cried.
I could have not wait until that video was done, and I was just like, what happened? Play.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened.
I know. So I had a few cameras set up.
Hold on, I'm sorry. So I cried. So like you actually saw me cry?
Yeah. Wow. You cried. And so at first you weren't crying at first, right? When I had your hand and stuff before I got down on my knee. You weren't crying, but I could see water building up in your eyes. And then when I dropped down on one knee, and I was like, "Oh, the family's in there," and you started laughing, so you wasn't crying at that. But then when I said, "So I'm asking you now," and I said it real slow, "Will you marry me?" And then you was like, that's when the tears fell, and you were like, "Yes." It wasn't a lot of tears, but it was like it was like just a couple in one eye. I don't even think nothing fell from the other eye. And you were like, "Yes." And then I put the ring on there, and then I got up and I was like, "Let me make sure. Will you marry me?" And you just kept saying, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Will you marry me?" And then you was like, "Yeah."
And then I forgot about the ring. He put the ring on.
She didn't even look at it.
Didn't even look at it. And then midway I was talking, I was like, "I forgot about the ring."
I know. Josh, you tripping.
And I was like, "You got the ring I wanted."
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then so I always told him that I wanted a private proposal between me and him.
Yeah.
But I would love to have everybody be there.
Yeah.
So whatever y'all did was perfect. It was me and him. Nobody could hear us, and then all the family was inside the house looking out the window.
Looking out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, it was real funny.
So yeah, so then she came in, I walked her in, and she greeted everybody, and nobody was checking for me at that point. Literally nobody. Like it was so funny because when you walked in the house, they created a circle around you, and I was on the outskirts of that circle.
Yeah, wow.
Just looking like.
Oh, yeah, inside the living room, right?
No, when you had first walked in the house, the front door, yeah. When you had first walked in the house, and Diego was there. Diego, tell him what happened.
What happened, Duty? You finally got a father? Oh, he was hyped, y'all. He was hyped. He's so hyped. You can't get over it. He picked you up tonight?
Oh
y'all, he finally got a father. He is so happy, y'all. But the part of the video, I mean, every time I watch the proposal, slow down. The proposal video, that part when you came in and you was like, I'm getting married too, y'all.
Yeah.
Crying.
Everybody started laughing
that was
because
hilarious.
Nobody was checking for me.
No, they weren't.
And then once I said that, they were like, "Oh yeah, you had a part to do with this."
A big part, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how it happened. I think it turned out great. I'm not a planner.
It was perfect.
I'm not a planner at all. So I just thank God for your mother because she literally did all the work. I just told her what I wanted, and I was like, "Make it happen." She was like, "Got you."
Yeah, that was like perfect, y'all.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because of like the catering job, his ears bothering him.
Yeah.
For
Go ahead.
For the catering job, so I was visiting that weekend. So like prior, whenever I come down, I'm usually like, girl, what are you gonna cook me? You know, yada yada. But
and she's referring to her mother,
my mom, and whenever she has a catering gig, we never eat dinner. We might nibble from whatever she's making, or we got to order out. So I was like, dang, I'm coming up. You're not making nothing? Like, I was thoroughly annoyed. And I'm like, ugh. You know, and then, but when I saw what she was making, I'm like, dang, you making some of my favorite food? Okay. Dang. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, make a little bit more of that. Make a little bit more of that. And sure enough, the food was for us, and we tore it up.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, but everybody, I mean, it was just really perfect. I think it's really important for people to be in the moment of things. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't on my phone 10 minutes after the beginning. And then I wasn't on my phone. I couldn't find my phone half the night. Like, I was just thoroughly enjoying everybody there, enjoying you, the food, laughing, talking to people, taking pictures. Like, it was just really like, just, I don't need nobody else but the people in this house right now. You know what I mean?
And it was the first time our families joined. Like, if you guys watch Seinfeld, worlds were colliding. My family world with my girlfriend and my girlfriend's family world all colliding. So yeah, but
it was really beautiful, y'all. Like, it really, really was. And then afterwards, you stayed. I was actually hoping that you would stay, and you did. He stayed, y'all. I was like, you know, because obviously he came up from New Jersey with his family, and I'm like, he's probably gonna leave when they leave. But nope, you stayed for about an hour.
Yeah, I knew. And that's another thing I told your mom too. I said, so after the proposal, I don't want her to leave. Like, I don't want her to have a flight that night or early the next morning. I want her to have something a little bit later, maybe even Tuesday. But I don't know if we could do Tuesday because of the business stuff. So I was like, as late as possible. And your mom was like, all right. And your flight, what time? Oh, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, Monday.
It was Monday at 6 p.m. So it worked out good because she got to relax that night and then wake up, kick it with her mom, have breakfast or whatever y'all did, and then go to the airport in the afternoon. So it worked out really good.
And then he got the same flight back, which was like...
That's another thing. I forgot to even mention that. So, funny story. So I'm usually the one that is getting dropped off at the airport for, weddings or whatever reason I'm going places. And Brittany is always like, when do you leave? When do you come back? When do you leave? When do you come back? I need exact times. Exact times. Exact times.
Who's the pilot?
My flight will be like, it'll be like a 6:15 flight.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, what time does your flight leave? And I'll say 6 o'clock. I'm just running it down at 6 o'clock. And then like that day or a few days before, I'll be like, yeah, the thing says 6:15. And then you're like, you told me it was 6 o'clock. I was like, it is 6 o'clock. Now you need to tell me the exact time. She tells me this all the time, right? So now I'm doing the same thing to her.
Well,
which I actually needed to know it.
Right. So he called me in the morning where I felt like everybody was blowing my phone up. I was tired and I was doing my hair. And I had to hurry up and get out the house. So you called asking about a flight, and I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, but go ahead. I just wanted to say that. Like, I was really, really busy, like, when he called me.
Yeah, as per usual.
Well.
So, I was like, hey, when's your flight? I got to pick you up, because that was another finesse. I was just like, my boy wants to link up for this wedding we're about to shoot. We want to, go over things or whatever I said.
Which was normal to hear.
Which was normal, yeah. And then I said, I need to know what time or whatever. And she was like, what time did you tell me before? You were like 4 or something like that. You're like,
Sound
my
like
flight,
4.
I get in at 4 or something. Yeah, you said I get in at 6. That's what you said.
Oh, I get in at 6.
I get in at 6. My flight is like at 4. I get in at 6. And I'm like, you sure? And I was like, what are you flying? And then, no, I said, no, I need the exact time. Right? And then you were like, well, I got to look at it. I don't know, but 6. I get in at 6. And then I'm like,
I was so annoyed. I'm like, yeah, 6. Okay, fine, bye.
And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see any flights. And I saw one flight that got on at like 6:10 or something like that. And I was like, is it this flight? Is she just saying 6, but it's really like a little after 6? So then I'm like, are you sure? You're like, yeah, I'm back. And then I was like, all right, hung up the phone. I was about to purchase that ticket. I said, this must be the flight. I don't even know. I'm about to purchase the ticket. And then she texts me and goes, oh, I'm sorry.
I sent you a screenshot. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so busy, boo. Here it is.
Yeah, my flight leaves Philly at 6. I get in at 8. And I was like, delete. Thank God.
So you were really almost about to click it?
Yeah, I was clicking out. I was checking out.
Wow.
There was a flight that got in, and it was a Spirit flight, because you told me you were flying Spirit. So there's a flight that got in at like 6:10, something like that. Some weird number like that.
Oh, sorry. Sidebar, can we just do a little, this video is not sponsored, but we love Spirit. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but y'all really don't be liking Spirit like that.
Yeah, people, I don't know.
I don't get it. I
it's just
got
a popular
problem.
thing now.
But it's been like that for years, because I never flown Spirit because I used to hear what people, like, all the negative stuff about it or whatever.
Yeah, and you just...
But last year was my first Spirit flight, and I've flown it since.
Yeah.
I love Spirit. I don't have no problem. Like, they're all normal. I feel like there's no difference from any other flight.
Yeah. There's times Spirit can be bad, and then there's times Spirit can be great.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
And it's the same thing for all the other flights. I don't think I've ever had any airline where I had all great. Actually, Southwest, but I don't fly Southwest that often, so that's probably why.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But anyway, so I was about to check out for the flight, but then she said, no, I get in at this time, so I was like, all right.
Delete.
Yeah, delete. So I wanted to make sure I booked the flight, because she wants to do everything together. I'm like, every time we go places, I'm like, well, we don't have to come back the same time.
Yeah, we're a unit.
And you're
we
just
travel
like,
together.
That doesn't even register in your mind. Like, we're not going to come back the same time? Wait, so I get it, and then you get it after me? That doesn't make sense. We have to fly
if
on
you're
the same
a couple
flight.
traveling, you travel together. That's it.
I'm just saying, if there's times where I need to do something, or I need to stay extra, and you can't stay extra, you're like, well, you can't stay extra because I can't stay extra.
That's right. Continue.
So yeah, I booked the flight.
Wow.
And
yeah,
we got the same flight out. So that was, I know she liked that.
I was like, you're going back with me? Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Child, the whole time she was just had her hand out like, you're like, ma'am, do you want water? And you're like,
I do.
Give me the Aquafina water. That's how you were.
Give me Paul.
But this is the same old whack trick.
But yeah, guys, it was really great.
Yeah.
It was great.
So that's our proposal story. If you have any questions, if you want to know more detail, I don't think there's any more details in there. Oh, there's a few more details.
Is there a lot more details?
So Brittany was talking a lot of cash about how good her family was at shooting pool. She was just talking, my dad is 9. And I'm like, yo, like.
My parents have a pool table in their basement.
Yeah. And I'm like, listen, first of all, I wasn't even bragging on myself, because I used to play all the time, because we also have a pool table in our house, and I grew up with it. So I used to play all the time. But then I stopped a long time ago. But I would play it here and there. But I still remember the mechanics of it, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about me. I'm not going to brag on myself, but I can brag on my pops. My pops would cook your whole family. And me and my dad did that. We came to their house and ran their table. child spank. Well, her dad beat me the first time.
That's right. My father always gonna beat you.
Just the first time. But I feel like he finessed me that game too. Because the whole game I'm like, yo, I'm striped. We play 8-ball. And I'm like, I'm stripes. And at the end of the game, he was like,
Didn't
no, I was
he say
stripes.
9-ball? I heard something about a 9-ball.
No, I was joking. Said, oh, let's play 9-ball. But I was just joking because I don't play no 9-ball.
Oh.
So
My dad can play all of them.
Right. So then I'm like, he was like, no, I was stripes. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was stripes. But I was like, I'll let you have that. So he won that. But then I played him again and spanked him. And then your brother was like, your brother was talking cash at the beginning. He was funny. He was like, he said, I forgot what he was saying, but he was just talking like he was nice or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll play. And then I beat him.
And then at the end, he was like, that's your last W of the night.
Yeah. I played your brother twice.
And
I beat him both times.
Wow.
And then
my hand do the L.
And then I played my dad, because my dad. So my dad is really nice, right? My dad's really good at pool, right? So the whole time we're playing, he's just sitting on the couch watching, not saying nothing. And then after I beat her dad, so your dad beat me, and then your dad plays your brother, and then I played your brother, beat him, and then I played your dad again, beat him, and then my dad gets up and goes, okay. I'll try. And I'm like, I'll try. I try to be all modest. So then he jumped on the table and cooked me. And then your brother jumped on. My dad cooked him. And then your dad jumped on.
Oh, they played together? I didn't know they played.
I didn't know they played together. I wasn't there. I went upstairs at that point. But my dad said he played, or your dad told me he played my dad. And of course my dad won.
Lay down, dude.
Because my dad nice.
I'm sorry, booby.
Y'all saw that, didn't y'all? Y'all saw that?
After the proposal, my dad was like, yeah, his dad's pretty good. I knew his dad was good when I saw his hand. I was like, oh my gosh.
Because my dad plays for real.
Dude, stop.
Child, he want to talk so bad.
He do. He need his own headphones. But yeah, y'all, so we getting married.
Yep. We are getting married, y'all. It's going down. For all you people out there, y'all can't come.
No, y'all can't come.
Y'all can't come. But it's going to be a good old time.
It's going to be great.
We'll definitely let y'all know. Should we show the proposal video?
How you going to show it? Oh, on here?
For YouTube. Just in case y'all who's listening.
Maybe we can put it on our channel. You want to do that?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you meant like somewhere in the video. Like,
yeah, in this. Like we inserted in this.
Oh, I meant like an extra, like a upload, like only the video.
Oh, nah.
Okay.
We can
we're going to play the video down here in the left corner. Bottom left corner.
I was just going to have it be full screen. You love to point somewhere. You just want to point. We're going to play it here.
Here. That's how they do.
I know. That's what people always do.
We're going to have it right here.
My want to do that so bad, child. She's going to do that so bad.
But yeah, you could, though.
Thank you for listening to our proposal story that we just had. We are finally married. Or engaged.
I ain't married yet, y'all.
Child, give me that ring.
Let me calm down. But thank you guys for rocking with us when we were boyfriend and girlfriend back in the day.
Yeah, it's all new us now.
Back in the day.
It's an all new us.
That's right.
We are engaged. Show them the ring, boo. Yeah. Show all the cameras. Show this camera. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Y'all can see that. But anyway, y'all, thanks for listening.
Thank you, fiance.
I am.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna call you fiance.
Oh, you're welcome, fiance.
Okay, I'm Brittany.
And I am Brandon. Goodbye.